Hey there, what's up? This is Neil Napier. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to price your services within the context of local businesses. This is very crucial when you're trying to sell something where businesses are able to either get it for free so that you get your foot through the door, or you could charge them for a one-time thing, or you could charge them for a recurring thing. And I'll talk about where you need to apply each of these. So of course, free is pretty straightforward. You basically offer them a service for free. It should be something typically that you can do, I would say, within 1 hour, especially if it's outsourceable. I mean, outsourceable is great. So if you can do it in under 1 hour, plus you can upsell, that's where you should sell free services. Or, you can get your foot through the door. That's where free services become really reliable. One-time services are good when you have the full scope of what you're going to offer. So you know exactly what's going to be offered. And it is something where you have a margin. So you can make some profit by offering that service either by outsourcing or doing it yourself. So you need to have some margin as well in those services. And then finally, it is something that you won't have to do again and again, right? So let's say, and this literally means like one time. So I'll give you an example. Let's say if you were doing a funnel design for a business, simple. They need one funnel. They will never ever need another funnel again. It's a one-time thing. You can charge a one-time price. The offer for free could be something along the lines of, hey, I will review your funnel for you, right? Or if you have a compliance issue, I will review it for you and I can tell you what to do within 1 hour. That's your, let's say, free consulting, getting your foot through the door. Now, I'm talking about in funnel context. You can apply this to anything. And, we're talking about, of course, here about auto-comply specifically, but you can see the link over here if you want to check it out. But you can apply this to any context. So let's say if I talk about funnel building, if you want to just investigate their funnel, you can spend an hour on it and then you can give them feedback. And that's great, right? But it allows you to then upsell them to, hey, you've got these things wrong with your funnel. Let me get them fixed. Your copy is bad. Let me get it fixed. Your design is bad. Let me get it fixed. So it gives you opportunities to basically upsell businesses into more things. Whereas if you're doing one time, you'd basically say, okay, that's your funnel. It doesn't look very good. I can fix it up for you. It's going to cost you a couple of $1,000s, but then we're done. Simple, plain, closed. But then you can also offer a third kind of pricing, which is recurring. Now, obviously, recurring would apply best to a thing where something needs to be done every single month. Okay, let's say accounting, being a lawyer. So those are some things that you may need to provide service to a client every single month. Again, talking about it from a funnel building point of view, if you were building funnels for a client and they had new products that were launching every month, every couple of months, yes, they're going to need you every time. So you could either do a straight up recurring service or you could do a retainer. Retainer basically means, hey, you pay me $1,000, that covers 30 hours in a month. Anything above that gets charged at $50, $60 an hour, something like that. So every month you're guaranteed to get paid $1,000 and then more after. So that's within the context of recurring every month. Then something like this is ideally things where you can systemize. Now this is very, very crucial because what you don't want to happen is you don't want things to just take longer than they do. You want to be able to outsource it. So you need a service which you can systemize. If a client says this time, hey, okay, build me a funnel. Next month they say, drive me traffic. The month after they say, write me a content post. That's not a very good recurring service because you're basically the butler if you do all of that. You don't need to do that if you want to build a real agency. If you want to build an agency with recurring income, you need to have what we call cookie cutter services, where you charge clients something every single month for a limited scope of services. Again, a limited. I'm not saying unlimited, limited. So in this case as well, I would predetermine the scope, for example, and I would say, okay, this is the scope of what we're going to charge you, and that's how much you need to pay. Pretty straightforward. But you can always increase the scope, but you just charge extra as and when the need arises. So those are three big differences within how you price your services to these local businesses. Now, I want to talk about this in the context of auto-comply. Auto-comply, as you know, is an app that helps you find businesses that don't have auto-compliance, ADA compliance, number one. Number two, it helps you generate compliance reports for them so that you know exactly what issues they have on their website. And number 3, it allows you to also create scripts, create these what we call disclaimers that you can put on your page as well. So altogether, those are 3 very, very powerful things that auto-comply helps you do. Now, in this case, if I was to tell you, okay, let's go offer this as a free service to businesses, here's what you could do for them. You could say, hey, business, I'm going to run a free report for you. So the report's going to look something like this, let's say, and it will tell you exactly all the things that are wrong with your page with regards to auto-comply, right? It literally takes you a click of a button to do that in your computer, so in your account. So it doesn't take you that long. I mean, it's okay if you want to offer that as a free service, in my opinion, because what then it helps you do is tell businesses, okay, I'll give you this report for free. So let me move this up. Okay, I will give you this report for free. And then let's talk about how we can fix it for you. Of course, you can do it yourself as well, but this is not the only page that'll be at fault. We can fix other stuff for you as well. And let's say if you have issues that are low severity, you could charge something like $10 for that. And if you have issues that are higher severity, you could charge $30. Urgent ones could be something like $50 or even $100. So if I look at this report, I'm going to assume that there are about 36 different low severity issues. That's about $360. So this could easily become a $360 one-time service. But like I said, this is not the only page that they have, and you can, of course, outsource this task because all it requires is editing that page to add in alt text, to change certain things here and there. So altogether, you're charging them $360. And again, you have to remind them that this is a big, big saving than what you'd end up paying in case you get sued by lawyers because your website isn't auto-compliant, right? So that's a one-time thing that you can offer. Now, within this context, what you can also say is, hey, you probably have 1,000 pages. You can look through their website and you can say, hey, you probably have 1,000 different pages. What if, I could coach you to pay me $36,000 for all those pages, but you probably don't want to agree to that because that's a lot of money. So how about we agree with this? You pay me $2,000 a month, and I and my team spend about, let's say, 40 hours a month fixing up your website. I don't know how long we'll be done in. Could be a month, could be 6 months. I just don't want to promise you that. But that would mean that we do it over time. So that becomes a recurring service, right? You could easily turn any service into a recurring service if it's a big enough thing, and you're just charging your clients over time. And trust me, as an agency owner, if you're ever looking for an exit, this is the option that you want. You want your service to be recurring in effect. So this is how it applies to auto-comply. If you want to sell funnels, sell copywriting services, email writing services, lead gen services, you can always add stuff into this, right? This foot through the door also helps you get into good graces with this business. You can offer them lead gen services, running ads for them, doing design work, anything that you think will fit what you would like to do. So try all that. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at support@GrabVid.com. But this is how you price your services when you're talking to local businesses.